Payphone Era presents Cell Phone Era. We're here with Q. So give us your name, your age, and where you were born.
My real name is Aquarius. I go by Q. I'm from Beckley, West Virginia. I was born in '97, young boy.
When'd you leave Beckley?
I left Beckley when I was 16. Got into some problems with mine. We ain't had the best. We had a good relationship, but we ain't see eye to eye all the time. So some things happened. I ended up leaving home quicker than I needed to.
So up to that point, who was in the household with you when you was growing up? Like who was with you in your house?
See, I'm the oldest of four, so it was never no dad in the house. So you looking at me, my mother named Jessica. I got three younger siblings. I got two little brothers, and I got a baby sister. Their names Nate, James, and Nina.
Where did you go to school at?
I went to 4 different high schools. Matter of fact, man, I went to Woodrow. That's in Beckley. I went to a school called Flagstaff High School. That's in Flagstaff, Arizona. I went to Bluefield High School. That's in Bluefield, West Virginia. Then I graduated from Capitol High School, and that's in Charleston, West Virginia.
So at what point was you in Arizona in Flagstaff? Heard it's pretty dope out there.
I want to say, I was in 10th grade going into 11th, so it was kind of like middle of the year. Like we left in the middle of the year type thing. Moved up there.
So who moved up there? You, who else?
It was me, my mother, her girlfriend, and my younger siblings.
So what was the reason? Why Flagstaff?
See, now that's where shit get crazy, because technically we was never supposed to move up there. It was supposed to be a little family vacation, a little week trip. And we get down there, man, and life happened, things get flip-flop, turned around, and we had a little financial situation that we ended up having to actually stay out there. So it went from a little family trip to a family move.
So like one of them come on vacation, leave on probation type things, but on a different thing like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So you said you went to a couple different schools. Like, did you like school? Like, how did you feel about school? Did you like it?
I was a fucking nerd in school, man. I really when I was younger, man, when I used to get in trouble and shit, part of my punishment would be schoolwork. Would be whether if it was math or spelling or catching up on some history. You know what I'm saying? That became part of my punishment. So it was instilled on me so much, and it was talked about in such a big way that eventually it became important to me as much as I enjoyed actually learning and going to school and shit.
So besides school, what hobbies did you have as a kid?
Man, I was a sports star, man. I was everywhere with it. I track, football, basketball. I tried baseball, but I wasn't really never good in that shit. But I was a sports addict, man. I love the video game, man. I love to make music. I started writing music at a young age. I wasn't never really too good at it at first, but as you practice on anything, you're gonna get better at it eventually. So that was kind of my main 3 hobbies, I would say.
So growing up, like what did you want to be? Like I know you're a barber now. I don't know what else you do, but what did you want to be growing up? Like when you were young?
Yeah, I wanted to go to the league. I think I had the same dream as 85% of the kids where I came from had. Man, we wanted to take our athletic talents and get our mom out the hood, and that little fantasy dream every sports kid had. That was me.
What league? NFL, NBA?
I wanted to go to the NBA, which is crazy because I was actually better in football, but I enjoyed to play basketball more. So I wanted to go to the league at first. The NBA I wanted to go, but reality set in. You grow older and you start to realize some of that shit is far-fetched, especially when you don't come from a place that's well known for basketball.
Yeah. So, I mean, growing up and wanting to go to the league, like who were your influences growing up? Rather real life people, like people in your family, famous ones on TV, sports players, music, like etc. Like who were your influences? Who were your role models, the people you looked up to, so to speak?
See, a big one for me, and it was mostly because he wasn't from where I'm from, but he was from the state I was from. He was a couple hours away from me, but I grew up when OJ Mayo was hype in high school. OJ Mayo lived an hour and 30 minutes down the road from me, so me seeing him progressed through high school, being one of the best players in high school, top recruited, it made me have hope in myself. It made me think, oh, bro can do this, or I can do this. So I want to say definitely OJ Mayo. I want to say when it came to football, I would say Randy Moss. He came from about an hour away from where I grew up as a kid. So
And ran.
yeah, so seeing people from around me, close to me, being successful, making it to the league, it made me think I had a chance when I was young. So them was two people that I definitely looked at.
And where did OJ Mayo go to school at? What was this at?
I think OJ Mayo went to Huntington.
Okay.
Huntington High School, yeah. I think he still got a couple scoring records down there. I'm not too sure on that. I don't want to speak too much on it and not have no facts.
Okay, so you mentioned something about music. At what point did you just start, rapping, writing music, whether you was good at it or not? At what point, like how old was you around that?
I want to say I was 15, 14 at the time. And we had me and my boys, we grew up on this street called Wildwood, and it was probably about 15, 20 of us, man. We was all deep, we was all family in some sort of way. We might not have all been related, but we was all together. We was all brothers. And we actually called ourselves we had a little gang. We, a little clique. We called ourselves the Wood Gang. That was our shit. And we had a group of motherfuckers across the street, down the block a little bit, had their own shit. They called themselves the 600 Gang. And we chilling one day, man, and all of a sudden, our friends come running the crib. They tell us, hey, bro, these niggas made a diss track. Whoop, they made a diss track. Y'all gotta say something. Whoop, whoop. So we sitting there listening to the song. Whoop, whoop. We get to laughing and shit. And me, I love music. I had did with and that with it, but I never tried to write my own shit, man. So me and two of my homeboys, we decided to make a diss track. Now, I wrote the whole diss track. The whole, if you go back and listen to everything anybody said, I wrote that shit. So my first songwriting was a diss track, and I wrote the whole diss track for me and two other people. And after that, man, we kind of got a buzz off of that shit, man. Believe it or not, we was young as fuck, 15, 16, man. We had the whole city talking about us at one point. It was a big deal as kids, man. And that music shit, I really think that's what started it. Because before all that shit had happened, man, everything was a little cool, a little peaceful and shit. And it's once that happened, once we dropped that diss track, everybody knew who I was. Everybody knew who he was, and I like the way that shit made me feel, bro. So I started trying to project my art into different type of songs, regular songs and shit, man. So I think that definitely had a lot to do with why.
So after you said you wasn't that good, then you felt like you got better, even when you wasn't that good. What set you apart from other artists? What made you be like, I could do this, I could rap, I could write rhymes? What made you feel that way?
I never listened to nobody. I ain't gonna say that. I never listened to the negative opinions about me. Me personally, I knew I wasn't where I wanted to be musically wise. But I was also hearing it from other people telling me, oh man, you ain't no rapper, man. You need to stick to school. You good in grades, you good in sports, you don't need to be doing no rapping and shit. So I'm listening to all these motherfuckers telling me I can't do something. And the type of person I am, ain't nobody about to just tell me I can't do nothing. Especially without me trying to prove them wrong, trying to do something about it. So my love for the music, plus all the negative feedback that I was getting about my music, only made me wanted to try to be better at it.
Oh, determined ass little nigga.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, without going into, too much detail, incriminating nobody, what is your first memory of drugs, drug selling, violence, street shit, etc.? What's your earliest memory of
I'm gonna
that?
take it back to the Wood Gang shit, man. After the diss track, man, this was the craziest moment of my life. This when I realized how real hood is. This is how shit happened. After the diss track, of course it was some situations, everybody talking, saying this and that. So we actually ended up meeting these niggas in the middle of where we lived at. It's a little park, literally in the middle of from where we stayed and where they stayed. And we met up, man. It was about, I want to take a rough estimate. It was about 30 people out there when we pulled up. By the time we got to fighting and shit, it was, I kid you not, it was 100 motherfuckers in that park, bro. Everybody surrounding the shit, man. A couple of niggas from my side took an L, couple from us, we got a dub, you feel me? But it was so much going on. It was so crowded. The shit that you see on Facebook and Twitter, big ass videos and motherfuckers fighting and shit. We was doing that shit in real life, man. And at the time, of course, we young, we not thinking about it. We thinking this shit cool. We thinking we them niggas. Whole time we doing some young dumb shit, but that was the first time I actually realized how dangerous the hood was. We could have died out that motherfucker. Like it was so much going on. It took the cops about 45 to an hour to pull up. We was out that bitch fighting, nigga. Like everybody loud, nigga. Like it was a lot going on, man. That shit. That's when it set into me, bro. And that's when I started to think I was a thug, bro. I was a real street nigga, bro. And I tried to run off with that shit for a little bit, man.
Okay, so switching gears a little bit because we jumping around getting to know you. Like as a younger dude, what do your fashion influences come from? Like when you think of getting fresh or buying something, where does it come from? Is it this is my style, this is where I want to go, or I'm leaning towards trends? Like what are your influences come from?
See me, I'm gonna have to say, I get a lot of the way I like to look. I get a sense of how I like to look from the industry. Like I see certain people wear certain shit, and I see how it fit on them. And me, I'm all about comfortability. I'm not wearing shit if I'm not comfortable in that motherfucker. So I'm real big on comfortability, man. So, me personally, I grew up. My favorite person to watch put some shit on was Fab. Growing up, Fab was always he was always color coordinated.
Fab do be fresh.
He ain't match head to toe. Colors wasn't always the same, but the colors he put together and shit, the way he made shit look, he had his own style with shit. So me personally, I figured out the shit I like to wear, the shit that I felt comfortable in, and I started putting my own twist to it. I put a hat on with some shit, or some fits. I might wear some shoes that don't technically go with the color coordination of my fit, but it matched though. It looked nice. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely just, get that. I get it.
I seen a lot of styles, and I kind of just mixed up a lot of shit and put it to my likeness, how I like it.
Okay. Now, here go a deep one. As a cell phone era baby, because that's what you are basically. Right. We pay phone era, you cell phone era. Do you believe in the term "fake it till you make it"? So do you believe in the front, and do you believe in the people fronting like they got more than they got, or they doing better than they are until you make it to that? Or do you believe in grinding and getting it? Because you are focused. I mean, you're not a bum nigga. I mean, I do know that from the little bit I know about you. So do you believe in fake it till you make it?
I think I gotta
keep it real.
I gotta say I'm on both sides of that. But me personally, I would lean towards I would have to lean towards, being humble. You know what I mean? It depends on what type of person you is. If you one of them niggas who like the attention and you like to be in the mix, you might not have it the way that your peers and your friends got it. So sometimes to fit in, some people like to fit in. Some people that ain't for them, they don't really care to fit in. But you got some people who will do anything they can to fit in with the people they surround themselves with. So in order for them to keep their image, to obtain who they want the people to think they is, they gonna have to put on the front. They might borrow some of their homies' clothes. They might put one of their homie chains on. To them, that make they self feel better. That make they self want that make them feel like, oh, okay, I'm with the gang. I'm part of these niggas. Now on the other side, nigga like me, I'm one of them people. I don't like people to know what I got going on till I done it. I want my shit to be set in stone before I start speaking about it.
So you don't believe in the whole, if you don't post it, it didn't happen?
No, because what you do in your life and what satisfies your feelings and your interests, it don't really matter what nobody else think. Fuck them. As long as you know what you doing and you taking care of your business and you being yourself, as long as you know what you doing, I think what everybody else think, it don't really matter.
Okay, so how important is like the whole social media thing to y'all, to the cell phone era? Because like you said, if people fronting and getting some of their friends' clothes, it's like so they could show it off. I mean, most of the time people ain't even going nowhere and they right. Showing this shit off in the crib. So do you think that plays a part in it? Because everybody got to always make it be like, like you can't just be drinking a regular juice right there. Got to be some
It got a
fake
decent
ass
name.
exotic
Yeah.
$50 apple juice, which is not. Like, so, you know, how important are you influenced by social media? Like, oh shit, because like you said, you seen Fab. I'm pretty sure you seen Fab probably.
Yeah.
On the gram or whatever. So how important is that, like, influential to you? Like, you see something like, yo, I'm gonna try this hairdo, or I'm gonna try these watches these niggas wearing, or whatever. Like, how important is that to you, or does that have any impact on you?
I think, to me, I think social media is just as important as commercials. Because before social media, if you think about it, a lot of shit you see on social media is the same shit you would see on commercials. Just some of that shit just a little more derogatory. Some of that shit a little more shit that you can't see on TV. So before social media, when a motherfucker sitting down watching TV and they see Abercrombie and Fitch, they got some new jackets, they got some new shoes, they got certain celebrities wearing the jacket on the screen and shit. Whoopie whoop. That shit'll make you want to go get this shit. So social media ain't nothing but more accessible commercials.
So it's safe to say you basically at your age y'all use social media for the news.
Like, how social media for everything. Social media is the best shit since sliced bread when you think about it. In terms of publicity.
Hear this?
Social media is the shit, man. It's you got so much more advantages and opportunities because of social media.
Okay.
It's so many rappers, so many people that's famous that wouldn't have that if it wasn't for these platforms.
Now hold on. Let me speak to that real quick, because I mentioned this in one of the roundtables. I think on one hand, you are absolutely right. But it also went like this. Like we was mentioning before, like you had mixtapes. So you would get introduced to an artist. Like you might want to hear song 1, 3, 5, and 7. And then song 2 and 6. Who the fuck is this? Like you hear something. So I think with the social media, it did make the music more readily available. You could go pull up anybody, but it also, for like, you know, like a nigga my age, it caused separation. Like, I just won't listen. I don't fucking know Big, Little, whoever. I'm just not listening. Yeah, so I'm just not going to go to it. Whereas before, if he would have maybe slipped on a mixtape, I might have caught him like, oh shit, I let the song play. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you end up hearing somebody. So I see what you're saying, but I also think it's like, I don't fuck with him, so we not clicking on his shit.
Exactly, and that's a whole nother point for it. Because if you if you think about it, you probably just like me when it comes to this situation, bro. Like I'm one of them people who, damn, I forgot what I was about to say. We can transfer some parts out, right? We can edit some of this shit.
Yeah, you got.
Okay. What's that shit?
Chuck, we keep it raw.
What's that shit called, bro? Damn, man. I can't. Yeah.
Payphone era presents cell phone era. Q. So, like I was speaking when I was saying about the availability of music, like you can put it out and everybody could just go download it, but some of us is biased, like I'm just not listening. So, you said you wanted to speak on that.
Yeah, man. So I really believe in the fact that life, the things you want in life and the shit you can get in life, it's way more about who you know than what you know. So I think social media helped out a lot of the motherfuckers that don't know nobody. Like I think the people who don't have access to travel and really go market with people and meet people they need to know in life, I think social media created a place for them certain people to be able to get themselves out there and be heard and shit, man. Because it's a lot of people who don't do good talking to people. Like, social media probably made a lot of motherfuckers feel comfortable. They can make an anonymous page and post their shit.
Yeah, they can say shit to people they won't say in their face.
You know what I'm saying? And they can still get their word out. Before social media, it was hard to do that. Like, it was, I just think, like you said though, it put a lot of them bad motherfuckers, like the people who don't need to be trying to do no music and shit. It do give them a lot more access as well, man. But when you think about it, I think it do a lot more good than bad, man, when it comes to publicity as a whole.
Okay, so what's your take as a younger dude? Excuse me. What's your take on loyalty in the cell phone era? Like, what's your take on that with y'all? Is this like we just do us, or are y'all so united? Like, what's your take on all that?
I'm gonna say a lot of motherfuckers from my generation, from my experience, People are loyal to what they want to be loyal to. I'm not gonna sit here and say that everybody is loyal or everybody ain't loyal, but it's a lot of shit that people care about, and it's a lot of shit that people don't give a fuck about, and that shit varies between any motherfucker that you meet down this bitch. So you never know what type of loyalty you gonna get from somebody until you know them. You trust a motherfucker for who they are to you and what you see and what you get from them and the vibes and the feelings that they give to you. That's how you know what kind of loyalty you gonna get from somebody. I might trust my nigga P with a sandwich, but I'm not finna trust my nigga Shy with a sandwich. No cap, it's this different type of loyalty for anybody that you meet, bro. I'm not, you know what I mean? For real.
Name names, damn.
For real, man. It's just
name drop.
That's a perfect example though, man. Like, you know, like I would trust Shy with some more valuable information than I would trust P with.
Why?
Cause P like to talk a little bit, P like to talk a little bit, but that's just, you know, I'm not necessarily saying that P wouldn't be loyal to me about that, cause I know P. You know what I'm saying? Me and P, we built a level of friendship and shit. We gotta understand that he older than me, but you know what I'm saying? I don't get that type of vibe. He don't never try to little boy me. He don't never try to little, like, we got a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know.
So tell people where they can find you at in social media and.
Man, I got a Snapchat, man. It's Wildwood Vet, WILDWOODVET. And then, man, any other social media you want to find me on, if you want to find my music, TikTok, Instagram, Lil Barber Q, LILBARBERQ on everything. I mean, yeah.
You want to spit something before you go? How you feel on the spot?
Do I want to spit something?
To be continued.